when I took my shirt off on TV at 10 years old.
There's a lot of abuse that happens. I worked with an incredibly emotionally abusive producer. He'd say things like, you guys would work at Yogurtland if you didn't work for me, and he would just scream.
And you're trying to scare tactic her into not, speaking out about what she should speak out about.
Throat is my instrument. I'm a throat player. Is it possible for a teenage girl to drink water upside down? I'm soaking wet!
Whether you've watched the shows or not, his name is infamous in the children's entertainment world. Dan Schneider was one of the biggest children's shows producers and created some of our favorite Nickelodeon shows that we still revisit and watch to this day. He produced some of the most iconic shows like The Amanda Show, Zoey 101, iCarly, and Victorious, plus a lot more. Needless to say, all of these shows he created had us kids in a chokehold from the early 2000s to the late 2010s. But recently, it looks like some of these child stars he's worked with have come out and exposed their experiences working with him. And most recently, Daniela Monet, who played Trina from Victorious, talked about her experience of being exploited. And the most disturbing part is that most of these moments are caught on camera because they happened on the set. So I'm going to be showing and explaining some of the creepiest Dan Schneider / Nickelodeon moments that we didn't catch on as children. Let's get into it. So if anyone doesn't know, Ariana Grande actually started off on Nickelodeon as Cat Valentine from Victorious. I was a huge fan of Victorious, and by that I meant I bought their CDs and their DVDs and all of their merch. When I was about 12 years old, that was Nickelodeon's prime, and Victorious and iCarly were the biggest shows at the time. I used to watch Dan's channel, Dan Warp, and I loved seeing the behind the scenes of my favorite shows and watching my favorite actors just have fun on set. But there were so many odd moments that were obviously there, but I didn't catch when I was younger. The first one is the behind the scenes moment of Ariana Grande and Liz Gillies sitting on the floor of the Victorious set. Take a look and tell me if you see anything off in this clip.
That was amazing. That was one of the better things I've ever heard.
Hey!
Hi, what's going on here?
You didn't cut out that part.
Why are you sitting on the floor of the set?
Because we are.
They are. Did you just bark?
No, I did not.
It must be the set jokes.
Who barked?
The set.
And she was like,
Everything is a show. It's never
Yay!
Many people pointed out that Liz quickly pulled Ariana's skirt down and patted her gently to get up and whispered to her that Dan was coming and that he's filming. If you look at how awkward and tense everyone got as soon as he walks into the room with a camera, it kind of makes the clip disturbing. Ariana tries to play it off as they're just sitting there and chilling, but a lot of people observed that she was uncomfortable as soon as he walked in. You can actually watch all of these videos still on his channel, Dan Warp, because it still exists. You can check them out for yourself if you want to, and just let me know what you think below. TheSlap.com was a social media website that the kids in Victorious used to post videos and share their statuses. So Dan decided to create a web series for Kat called Kat's Random Thoughts and have her do random disturbing things in front of the camera in her room. Take a look at some of the clips.
See? That could never happen because your uvula is that swingy thing in the back of your throat right here. So there's no way you could get it stuck between a hamster's toes. Sentence number 3. I'm soaking wet! Quick, somebody bring me the ocean! Have you ever tried to get your whole big toe in your mouth? Check this out. I'm thirsty. It's not possible.
As kids, we don't really catch on to anything inappropriate, but when you look at this behavior when you're older, you realize that it's kind of odd for a kids show to be displaying this type of content. Why is there so much excessive feet and the need to sexualize this girl? I think the weirdest clip that I saw was the one of her sucking her own toes, especially since Ariana was really young. She was only 16 when she started on the Nickelodeon network and probably was only 18 in these clips. It's just weird. Amanda was one of the biggest Nickelodeon stars during her prime before she turned into the Amanda Bynes that most people know today. It's unfortunate what happened to her because she was a huge example of a child star being exploited in the industry for too long. Amanda and Dan had a pretty close relationship, and it seems like out of all the Nickelodeon girls, she was the one closest to him. And it's really sad to see that she's the one that has gone downhill the most. Take a look at these creepy clips of Amanda and Dan, and some of them are filmed by him.
Gallon of fresh spit, and then you spit in here and it'll spit a little part in this thing, my jig, and then you spit in this thingy of the jig, and then you spit right there, and then you blast it. Car wash. Today my special guest is the executive producer of The Amanda Show, Dan Schneider.
Hi.
Now you're the executive producer of The Amanda Show, Dan Schneider.
Hi.
Now you're the executive producer of the show? Okay. How about a plate of spaghetti?
Nah.
No?
I'm kidding, I'll have some spaghetti.
Hooray!
Very good spaghetti. And clear.
There were even some rumors that Dan would give Amanda Adderall on set to keep her hyper, but that's alleged. And the fact that they had an oddly close relationship, some might say that she viewed Dan as a father figure, and that explains the reason why her dating history consisted of men much older than her by years. He even gave Amanda her own show multiple times, and some would say that he would have done anything for her compared to the other Nick stars. But that's a whole rabbit hole that I'm not going to get into in this video, but if you are interested to see their relationship, do some research and comment below what you find. Now, Dan Schneider is pretty infamous for displaying way too much feet in his shows. It's a bit uncomfortable to watch scenes where there's so much unnecessary feet in his shows and YouTube videos. Just take a look at this compilation.
Yeah, there.
After this, we massage my feet.
No, gross. Come on, work the heel, rub it like a man.
I can't do it.
I am disgusted.
Yeah, so that one doesn't need much explanation. Just let me know what you think down below.
And some lettuce. Some onions.
No, they smell!
Don't worry, they're not real feet. But why does your brother have a bag of fake feet in the trunk of his car?
That what you can say is on and on
about all the wonderful qualities about Miranda, but I know time permits, and I will consolidate it to just this one thing.
There you go. Get the scalp! Oh, this school is amazing.
Now, all of these moments I'm showing you are really just the surface level of how disturbing this man really is. It seems like Dan Schneider has a huge personal space problem and doesn't understand personal boundaries. He loves to be touchy with all of his stars, and some of them even came out and said he treated them like he owned them. They had to endure a lot of emotional abuse from him because he would talk down on them, and he believes that he created their careers and that he could just take it away easy if they didn't listen to him. A lot of child stars have been through hell with this producer, and more of them, like Alexa Nicholas and Jeanette McCurdy, are finally coming out with their personal stories. Since they were literal children on Nickelodeon, they must have not known the extent of how disturbing his actions were and the things that he made them do. I'm just happy that they're growing up and feeling comfortable speaking out, because there are some really dark people in the industry, and that they need to stay away from children and just networks in general. We do not need more people like Dan Schneider in the industry. What they need is to protect these young kids from people like that. He did get let go from the network in 2018 because of some of the allegations, but as far as I know, there were no legal actions taken against him, so he is pretty much still free. But I know that Alexa Nicholas is currently protesting against him and Nickelodeon and not trying to let him get off the hook that easy. Overall, I can't imagine the things that must have occurred behind the scenes if these are the disturbing things occurring in front of the camera. So that's it for today's video. I didn't want to do a deep dive for each of these actors just because they would be hours long each, and there's so much history between Dan and all of these Nick stars. But let me know what you think down below. If you have any creepy Nickelodeon moments to share that we didn't notice before, let them down in the comments below.